Hey everybody, so Jon David had a decent day. It was an 8 out of 10, so pretty good. Again, the higher the number, the better it is. And the word for today is an acronym again, which is ERT, which stands for Extubation Readiness Test. And what that is basically just a practice test to get an idea if he's ready to come off the ventilator. So what they will do is lower him. Y'all have heard me kind of talk about the numbers with the ventilator a little bit. They'll lower him down to 10/5, which means he'll have 5 on his PEEP, or his peak expiratory pressure, which is how open his lungs stay with the pressure on the ventilator, and then 5 on his peak inspiratory pressure, which is how big of a breath it helps him take. He can breathe over that, but if it goes over the 10, it's on him. It's just him working out more. But those are really low settings for a ventilator, and so basically it's just a really good way for him to exercise his lungs and for them to kind of get an idea of if he will be able to come off the vent. And they run it for 2 hours, and if he makes it to the full 2 hours...
When he will come off the vent.
And for them to see if he is ready to come off the vent. If he passes the 2 hours and does that for multiple ERTs in a row, he comes off the vent. If he fails one, then it just means he needs more practice and he'll have more ERTs, and then he'll be able to come off once he passes multiple consecutive ones. But that is an ERT. That being said, today he lowered his vent settings by 4 more steps. He is now 14/8. Last night he was 18/9, I believe. And he also has advanced his feeds to 15 milliliters an hour, and his goal is 29, so he's a little over halfway there. And so they actually halved his IV nutrients today. So he is moving along in that respect. His ERT is set for 2 a.m., so he'll have that here pretty soon, actually. He also started methadone and Ativan, which are his replacement drugs for his opiates like morphine, and then also for his sedative drug, which is Versed. And so he has gotten a couple doses of those already, and they have now started weaning his morphine and his Versed. His morphine went from 250 to 200, and his Versed went from 0.25 to 0.23. So pretty slow weans, but we'll get him off in due time. He'll just kind of chip away at it day after day. That being said, he is still constipated. When they put on the lactulose last night, he did stool, but he hasn't stooled since they stopped it. And so the KUB, or the x-ray of his belly, it's called a KUB, shows that he still has some stool in there. He does have some gas, and it's less stool than what it was several days ago when he wasn't stooling at all. But he does need to continue getting things out. And the morphine doesn't help because the morphine really backs him up. And that's a common side effect with opiates. And the hope is that as we're weaning all of this and getting lower on his morphine, that along with the bowel regimen they've got him on will help him stool more and get on a more regular cycle. But that being said, he was a fairly happy baby. The attending today actually turned around, stepped in to see him, and said he was smiling, which he has the last several days. I just haven't been able to catch it on camera because it's pretty brief or inconsistent. It's not really like I'm prompting it. It's his mobile. Y'all know that he loves his mobile. And that's what she said. She's, oh my goodness, he's smiling at his mobile. And I was like, yeah, he does that time to time. It's very random. He just wakes up most time from a nap, sees his mobile going, and then smiles, and then it's gone in a second. But he when he was awake today, he was actually pretty happy. And then poor Mallory, Hunter had a very good day, but we came back to see him, as y'all can tell because we're at home. And Hunter ran right by her looking for Daddy, and we actually drove separate vehicles. So he was kind of upset and disappointed when I was not in the car with her. And we didn't get it on camera when he saw me later, but he was over the moon. And then he also had a fun day with Nana. He got to see a fox. He also got to chase toads this evening, which, as y'all know, is kind of his nightly routine. And then one of the things that I don't know that I've explained very well on here, I know I did it in 1 or 2 videos early on, but that I'd probably need to explain for several videos just so everybody knows why I say this. But I say Choose Hope Daily at the end of all these. And yes, it's an acronym for CHD, but also I think it is something that we have had plenty of bad days on this journey, and we know that the bad days are going to happen, and that's why you have to be kind of intentional on choosing hope daily, because bad days are going to happen in everybody's life. But especially when you're on these types of journeys and you're having trauma in your life, you have to be kind of intentional on those bad days and choose hope, because those are the days you need it the most. And we have been very appreciative. It is very helpful to be able to choose hope when you have people check in and praying for you, letting you know that they're doing those things. And we have very much appreciated that. So thank y'all for, again, prayers, checking in, anything that y'all have done for us. We really do appreciate that, and that's pretty much all I've got for y'all today. If y'all would pray for these 3 things: 1, that he will continue to do well through his weans, and then stool, because those are the things that we really need him to do right now. 2, this is one that not just within the CHD community, but also we've encountered this while we've been on our journey, but also in the communities that we grew up in, and also the community we live in now. But pray for those who've lost children. It's incredibly difficult and an impossible situation, so please pray for those families. They need it. And then pray for anybody who has a congenital heart defect. Pray for those kiddos. Pray for their families, because again, it's a very tough journey to walk. But that's all I've got for y'all tonight. Have a good night. God bless, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Beside my wife and into the rain. He said he wants to swing and slide.
Swing and slide? Okay,
Let's go to the swing and slide. Go ahead.
Let's go take